What's up everybody, thanks for tuning in. The next few minutes will be about my personal love story with a guitar that in the end didn't work out like I hoped it would. And yeah, this is the story about me and my Novo Serus TC. So if you watch guitar content on YouTube every now and then, you probably know Red Shull or RJ Ronquillo or Paul Davids. And what do these guys have in common? Yes, they all play Novo guitars. If you don't know Novo Guitars, they are a small company based in Nashville, Tennessee. Really a small team with, let's say, attention to detail, attention for quality. And they built some pretty interesting and cool guitars, all designed by Dennis Fano. Prior to Novo Guitars, Dennis Fano obviously had his company Fano Guitars that he sold, and after that he started with Novo Guitars. So they're pretty hard to come by here, especially in Europe, because Novo only sells direct, so there are no retailers selling Novos anymore. You have to order direct from the US, so you have to import them to Europe and stuff, which is, on one hand pretty expensive, and on the other hand not much fun, to be honest. So if you can find a used one in Europe, you can be pretty happy, and maybe you should pull the trigger or you won't get one. Also, the waiting list for custom Novos is pretty long. Right now it's around 18 months or something. It's the last update that I got a few weeks ago. And yeah, so quite rare, and that's what also let's say skyrockets the used prices. Depending on what custom build you get, starting from 2,800 for the most simple models, the Solus, it can go up to, I don't know, 3,800, 4,000. They also have different series, but I won't go into that in this video too much. What I want to say is the used prices are pretty crazy. So yeah, right now like between 4,000 and 5,000, depending on the specs. So a few months ago, a super cool Novo turned up here at a retailer in Germany, and to be fair, the price was quite high. It was more than $4,000, but I decided I want to try it. And you always have the safety, to be fair. If you don't like it or you don't want it, you can sell it again. So that's pretty good. When you're getting guitars from the used market, you don't lose too much value if you comparing to get them brand new. So I bought that Novo and it turned up. I have an unboxing. You can watch it right there. I'm gonna put it into the cards there. And I was pretty happy. I was pretty stoked about the whole Novo thing back then. I had a great experience with it, unboxing it, and yeah, it felt like Christmas to me. I guess you know what I mean. New Guitar Day is always great, and if it's something like that, unique and special, it's even more exciting. So I unboxed it, and yeah, so my Novo was a Serus TC, which stands for a Telecaster with, I believe the C is for the chopped telly bridge. So Telecaster with the chopped telly bridge and with two humbuckers, or maybe it stands for custom telly with the two humbuckers. I'm not sure. Anyway, it had the chopped telly bridge, two humbuckers, Lollar humbuckers, checkerboard binding, so quite nice specs, custom options that were even more unique and special, like the checkerboard binding, ebony fretboard, amber packhead and whatnot, flamed maple neck, and the neck felt amazing. The neck had the right amount of chunk to it, to me. So it was a really nice guitar, and I liked playing it at home. And yeah, so I enjoyed it. But then one day everything changed, and you might ask yourself, what the hell happened? It's a super cool guitar, great looking, great sounding, great playing. Yeah, but I will tell you the story. So I was playing a gig with my band, The Cohesion, which is a rock duo. It was our second gig ever, so still pretty new to the game with this band. And I decided to go with the Novo. I grabbed my Novo and my Les Paul as a backup. Always bring two guitars, kids. It's important to have a backup. And yeah, for the whole show, I only played the Novo, and it sounded fantastic. I mean, right at the beginning of the sound check, strumming the first notes and chords, yeah, ringing like a bell. Really a great guitar. And so we had fun. We had a few beers. Of course, the other guys from the other band were like pretty curious. Yeah, what guitar is that, etc., etc. And then we had the support slot this day. Like I said, we're pretty new. So we played a 50 minutes or 45 minute set. So like a support set, an opener set. And remember this number, I mean, it's 45 or maybe 50 minutes, because that's important later on in my story. So we played that show. Everything worked out well. We rocked that shit out of that Novo. And yeah, afterwards we watched that second band, a nice stoner band, a stoner rock band. And yeah, had another 2-3 beers. And then we went home. And the next day I woke up and I recognized something hurts. And actually the Novo, or in particular that checkerboard binding, ripped my skin. It hurt my skin on the forearm where it rests. So it wasn't a big wound, of course, but it was big enough to hurt like hell. And you know, the smallest wounds hurt the most. So I was thinking to myself, oh man, this is bad. This is not good. And I mean, I have other guitars that doesn't feel like so comfortable to me. Like a Les Paul also has binding, but they never cut my arm. And that Novo did. I mean, I don't play gently, you know, I'm having fun on stage, but this is not like it's meant to be, to be fair. So I thought to myself, okay, I need a solution for this, because this is bullshit. And first solution is always wearing a long sleeve. But in Germany, in summers, it's hot. It's pretty hot, and especially in those small clubs, it's super hot. So I won't be playing in a friggin' long sleeve. Second solution is a wristband, but I'm not James Hetfield, so no, thank you. The third solution would be maybe sanding the edge off just slightly, so it's maybe a little more rounded, but it's, let's say, almost a $5,000 guitar, and I won't be sanding anything on that thing, especially since it's a unique checkerboard binding. So I thought to myself, maybe this particular Novo is not for me, and this is most importantly the reason why I sold it, because it hurt my arm. Additionally, in my whole process of thinking about it, I reminded myself that I have a fantastic ES 345, which I'm assuming is my number one, and I have a Les Paul 58 reissue, so great humbucking guitars. And yeah, the fact that it hurt my arm, and I couldn't play for 2 days, I'm not kidding, it ripped my whole skin, like in an area like this, and it was, yeah, it burned. So the fact that it ripped my skin, and the fact that I have other great humbucking guitars, and the fact that I paid a whole lot of money for this thing, I thought, no, this particular one is not for me. It's not worth it. And I sold it. So the question now is, do I still like Novo guitars? Do I like Novo as a brand? Yes, absolutely. I like their whole concept with the no dot policy and the attention to detail, the attention to like using great woods and great components. And they ask for great guitars. And I'm pretty sure other Novos without the binding or the checkerboard binding, I don't know if it's a particular checkerboard binding thing, if this is sharper or something, but I'm sure all the other models are superb. And will I ever get another one, a different one, a Solus, Vulture or something? Yes, possibly. Since I sold it like a few weeks ago, I've listened to a whole lot of Novo show podcasts because I enjoy them as a company. I enjoy Matthew Timmons, their managing director or something, and Devin Booth, who's doing all the customer inquiries and stuff, customer service. They have a interesting podcast, and I'm listening to it basically all the time. I'm in my car alone, and I really enjoy it. So there's no hate going on or something. It's just that one Novo wasn't meant to be for me, and I'm fine with that. So maybe you expected this video to be a little more drama or something, or maybe this is drama, but this is why I sold my Novo. So if you're considering a Novo, maybe you should skip the binding part and get something without binding, something with rounded edges. I mean, they have various models, different models with different body shapes and body contours and stuff. So there's plenty of choice. And other than that, one thing I can totally recommend them. The guitar was great, it was lightweight, great pickups, great components, great fret job, and basically nothing else to complain. It's just, if you can get one for a new price, it's totally worth it. But the skyrocket prices, like $5,000 for a custom Novo that was initially been sold for, I don't know, 3.8 or 3.9, that's just ridiculous, and you should think about. Yeah, so this was my little story time about the failed relationship between my Novo Serus TC and me. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this content, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, leave me a comment down below. Are you a Novo user? Maybe you want to buy a Novo. Let me know in the comments. I'm really curious to know about you folks. And yeah, take care everybody. Have a great weekend. See you in the next one. Peace.